Hey guys, and welcome to another Game Explained discussion. I'm your host, Derek Bittner, and I'm joined today by Ash Paulson to discuss the week's Smash Brothers news. So let's get started. So Ash, what an exciting week. I mean, all this news, all this coverage, and the picks of the day suck.
Yeah, well, I guess something had to give. I mean, we're basically getting full 100% leaks now, so I guess it makes sense that the picks of the day weren't going to be quite as interesting.
Yeah, Sakurai doesn't want to reveal anything. Meanwhile, the game has, come out, has broken street dates and is already out, and people have streamed it. And we know already so much that he already did a discussion on it, which unfortunately you weren't able to join. But I'm pretty sure you echo our thoughts on just what those were all about.
Yeah.
But we can get into that a little later. But for now, let's focus on these picks of the day, and starting with Monday, where we get to look at the vault, what the vault menu looks like, where we got trophies, we got an album where we can take pictures, and actually if you take it with the 3D slider on, we get stereoscopic 3D photos. We got replays, we got all the sounds, we got the records, we got the tips, and it's a menu.
It's a menu. I mean, you know what? The menu continues to look awesome. I mean, we've beaten this horse dead so many times. I mean, the menu design in Smash games is awesome. I'm still loving the way these menus look. The vault looks nice. And I know that I'm going to spend way too much time in the sounds menu. I can tell you that right now.
Well, like they said before, how you can plug in your headphones and close up your 3DS and just use it as like a player.
Exactly.
That's right there. I'll use it a ton more than I would normally.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's the menus look really good, and in order to just do a bit of contrasting, it's like all these menus we've seen so far from the main bits are so vibrant and full of color, and yet we got this really drab looking character selection screen.
It is kind of strange, isn't it? I mean, although I guess when you really think about it, what options did Sakurai really have for a character select screen on not only a small screen, but a screen with such a low resolution? I mean, I guess he could have done something like a scrolling character selection screen that would have zoomed in more on each of the characters' faces, but it's kind of it's really hard to think what kind of solutions he could have really had.
I guess the only problem I really have with the character selection screen, as far as why I'm so down on it, is because it's just a dull gray behind it. Like, you got a pure panel of all these characters, which I understand because of the just limited real estate on the 3DS. But do you look at all these other ones where you got this vibrant white or this really pleasant purple in later menus, and it's like, why just plain gray? I mean, I guess it doesn't take any attention away from the characters, but again, it's all personal preference and really doesn't matter that much in the end.
Yeah, I know what you mean though, because we're used to Smash Brothers games being a little more visually distinctive in terms of their menus, and I agree that the character selection screen is a little drab in the 3DS version, but on the other hand, at least the Wii U version looks amazing. Its interface and its character selection screen with the flames behind all the characters, and it looks really cool. So I think that'll at least make the final Wii U character select screen stand out that much more. And if there are more characters added down the road, then there won't be any gray space because it'll fill up the entire screen.
Yeah, true enough.
You get a little, kind of a bit of one and a lot of the other. It's the give and take.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, moving on to Tuesday, we get a little bit more information on Classic Mode, where basically there's this roller that spins before every stage in order to determine what kind of rewards you can expect. Rewards in red are for customization, green ones are trophies, and yellow means gold and all that stuff. And of course, as you raise the intensity, you get more going towards it. So yeah, I mean, it's basically, there's a nice little random element of what your reward is going to be. Gives you that extra push to keep going through Classic if you want to get that type of stuff. It's just really refining what we already know, and it seems to work. And from all these leaks, we can tell people seem to be enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that Classic Mode is it's so much more rewarding than it used to be. Than it really ever has been in the series. You really do get a lot of prizes throughout your Classic Mode run. And kind of combining with that is the fact that, as we've seen in all the stream footage so far, Classic Mode's a lot shorter than it used to be too. So I think it's going to make it a lot more rewarding in the sense that you can rack up those character trophies that you get from beating Classic Mode a lot faster. But at the same time, you're going to be getting a lot more prizes and rewards and equipment, gold, everything while you're doing it. So in that sense, I do think this is a huge improvement for Classic mode, because I don't think it's going to feel like quite as much of a slog necessarily, because you're getting all this new stuff, trophies, equipment, and custom special moves every time you play Classic mode. So I think that's going to help a lot.
And you're not fighting the same enemies over and over again. You can switch it up based on what you feel like playing against that time. Or if you want to go after the coin path, you can just fight the enemies there, and you can raise the difficulties. And it's so much nicer. And I think they realized that they had to shorten Classic mode just because we have 40 plus characters. I can't even remember the official listing.
The total is 51 or 49 if you're not counting the Mii fighters as separate fighters.
So yeah, 49 different characters, and if you had 8 stages for them like in the past games, I mean that's a little much.
Yeah, I mean it seems like Classic's not going to take much more than, based on the streams I've been watching, it seems like it's not going to take much more than 15 minutes, if that even, to run through Classic with a character now. So I think the total number of characters, how many characters there are, combined with the fact that Classic mode isn't as long as it used to be, and you're getting prizes the whole time, I think it's unilaterally an improvement.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. So really looking forward to trying that out. And well, speaking of which, moving on to Wednesday, we had the announcement of the Smash Brothers demo, which, boy, did that not last very long as far as being exciting.
I know. Well, talk about like the trolliest picture of the day ever. I mean, I thought just getting a whole week of minis was strange enough, but literally this is an announcement of the demo, which is only available in one region of the world. So everyone who's not in that region, it's a completely worthless pick of the day. And I just find it funny that for those of us who aren't in Japan, it's like, okay, well, there's this cool demo that you can't play, and it'll come to you eventually, but just stay tuned. And it's like, it literally is a worthless pick of the day.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I could think of is to take this opportunity that somehow some kind of rumor got out there saying that we said that the demo would be coming out, the 19th in the US?
Right.
I'm not sure how that started, because we didn't say a word about that.
We never said that, yeah.
Andre didn't.
Well, from what I understand, I was told that it started on Reddit, I think, that someone on Reddit just blurted out that we had said that, and it just gained traction, and people kind of took it as gospel. So we are saying now that we never said that. We don't know when the demo's coming out, but we do hope it's coming out the 19th, because that would be great for us.
Yeah, that would be perfect. I mean, the sooner the two of us can play it, the better, because Andre's going to get to play it tomorrow with the coming out in Japan. He'll be downloading that and playing the heck out of that, but we have no access to it. We don't have Japanese 3DSs.
Exactly.
We're stuck like everybody else, just waiting until the official version comes out. So I'd like to be able to play just a little bit. I don't care if it's only 5 characters.
And I actually might be driving up the coast to do some coverage with him next week of Smash 3DS, but that's not final yet. So until then, I'm kind of stuck with you and everyone else who doesn't have a way to play Smash 3DS yet.
Yeah, it is nice to know that we have that much clout. We say this is going to happen, and people believe it immediately.
I know. It's like, it kind of makes the things we could say rather dangerous. We could just say anything, and people will take it as gospel.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the power we wield.
Yeah. Oh, Derek, I heard Nintendo's going third party tomorrow.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing the whole stream for. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so put it on the books. Put it on the books. It's happening. We said it. It's totally happening.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on to Thursday's photo. Probably the best photo of the day, if it wasn't for all the leaks, again, is the fact that Alph is, a alternate costume for Olimar, which a lot of people thought might happen, but it's finally been confirmed. And he's actually caused a bit of controversy for a lot of people, because people point to Alph here, who even gets his own name on the boards, on the character select when you switch to him, and people are like, okay, if Alph gets can just be a alternate costume, why can't Lucina be an alternate costume for Marth, or Dark Pit for Pit, or that's or Doc Mario for Mario, which I guess the reason we said that is because of the whole fact that we believe they're using old movesets from the past Smash Brothers games, which makes sense. Gives them a little bit more clout as to why you would do that. So the option is there for players who want to use the old way of playing them.
Right. But
I can understand where people are coming from, where they want to have a slot and not waste a slot, so to speak, which I don't really buy into. But what do you think about all this?
Well, it's kind of a tough situation because, like you, I don't believe in wasted slots. I mean, just because a character you don't like got a slot doesn't mean that it's wasted, because it doesn't necessarily guarantee that it would have gone to anyone else if that character hadn't gotten the slot. I think the whole concept of wasted slots is stupid. But at the same time, I think there is a bit of a... It's just strange kind of what Sakurai considers a clone character versus an alt costume versus... versus custom special moves. Because, it feels to me like Mario could easily have covered Dr. Mario's moves with custom specials and not, quote-unquote, wasted a slot on Dr. Mario. But for whatever reason, he decided to make Dr. Mario a separate character and give him his melee moveset, which is fine. But then, again, it's strange that, why not go that little extra bit further and give Alph rock Pikmin and then make him a clone character of Olimar. It's just strange. I just don't quite get the thought process for Sakurai behind what is going to, when he decides this character is going to be a clone versus this character is going to be an alt skin. You know what I mean? It's just a little strange.
Yeah, he's never really clarified that himself, because as you said, you could have different Pikmin that they can use, like the rock Pikmin, make him an alt, and that way you could, let's say, instead of a costume for Alph, Olimar could have a costume for Louie, and Alph could have had different costumes for Brittany and Charlie.
Yeah.
And get all the Pikmin protagonists in there in some way or shape or form. So I can totally understand where people are coming from, but I don't think that a clone is a wasted slot. I think it's just another character that got in, that they decided that was worth it. It's a whole idea of what is worth it, and it's all up to Sakurai. We bow to his whim, I guess.
Well, and what's weird is that there's some really obvious ones that you think would have been done in terms of alt costumes. Like, I'm shocked that Pac-Man doesn't have a Miss Pac-Man alt. Mm-hmm. And I'm honestly pretty surprised that Mega Man doesn't have a Proto Man alt, unless the thinking is that third-party guests shouldn't have alts that introduce more third-party characters, which I could understand that.
Yeah, I can sort of understand that as well. So, it is what it is. I still fully believe that this is probably the best roster we've ever had, barring the fact that I didn't use them that much, but Ice Climbers is the only one that really hits me the hardest of all the cuts, I think.
Yeah, that's what's so weird is that we get characters like Dr. Mario coming back when characters like the Ice Climbers and clones that were less cloney than Dr. Mario, like Wolf and Lucas, getting cut. It's strange. Like, Ice Climbers, if there were technical difficulties, I get why Sakurai had to cut them, but I'm curious to know the reasoning why Lucas and Wolf were cut. That one strikes me as strange.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see why, I perfectly understood why Pichu got cut, because he was just terrible.
Sure, Pichu, and I totally get why Snake was cut. It's a third-party character. Snake has less to do with Nintendo than he ever has.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are a little weird, though.
Just a bit, but, there's... As we all said, of course, this is a fine roster. I'm completely okay with it. So, again, just get it in my hands. That's all I want.
Almost there. A little more than, 3 weeks now?
3 weeks now. 3 weeks and we can do it. All right.
Yep.
Well, finally for Friday, we get to see the world status in spectator mode. So, yeah, this is where you can see all the people playing across the world, which it's going to be mostly Japan. Well, kinda. It's going to be a little bit of the United States with the 3DS, because I know a ton of people are planning on streaming tomorrow. I don't think we're going to be one of them. I think we're going to be focusing on getting some of the more interesting aspects of the characters up for Smash Brothers rather than streaming it. But we will be streaming it eventually, just showing it off. But by that point, we'll have everything unlocked and all that stuff. So we'll. I don't know what Andre has planned, but I know that's the basic, is that we're not going to be streaming tomorrow because there are so many other people going to be doing it. Even like the big websites will be streaming this game. I'm pretty sure Nintendo is streaming this game. So
exactly. We want to do stuff like maybe do a Final Smash exhibition, or kind of the things. There's still lots of questions that people have about all the characters that haven't really been compiled into one place.
Exactly. So that's what we're known for. We're going to compile those things for you guys, so you can see all of them in one place and nice clear footage with nobody talking over it. So that's the treat we have for you guys for tomorrow, rather than actually streaming it, because you want to see that, you can go to anybody. Really.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to try to be a little unique. But as far as spectator mode and all this stuff, it's whatever. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I think what's more interesting about this is what Sakurai says in his second picture and second post, where he's talking about how when you first get the game, even if you don't really plan to play online a whole lot, you want to connect anyway to download any potential patches that have been released, or in general, your global Smash power won't even appear until you connect for the first time. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting how he's already talking about patches, and in fact, they're already preparing a patch for the Japanese version now, which adds a new mode. So it does seem like there's going to be constantly, they're going to be constantly kind of working on and tweaking and adding things to the game, which is it's exciting.
And I'm very interested to see how this all works out, especially online. I want to see how people feel about the online once it come out. Like, how steady is this, and all that stuff. So tomorrow's going to be a very interesting day. Or I guess today is going to be a very interesting day because we're recording this late at night, as always. So
that's true. But actually, speaking of online really quick, we did have Sakurai confirm one unfortunate bit of news today, and that's that Smash Run is local multiplayer only. Which I guess we shouldn't be too surprised because there's a lot going on in Smash Run. I'm not saying this sucks and Sakurai is lazy. I'm not saying that at all. But it is too bad because Smash Run is fun, but I feel that keeping it offline, even if there are good reasons to, really limits its appeal.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that because I figured it would be okay just because everybody gets their own sort of big thing that they can maybe interact with each other a little bit, and then they get the minute long. But it also comes across as a very weird mode because you are doing your own thing for 5 minutes where you're not really interacting with anybody else, and then you get into a minute long match. So I can see why maybe it's not online, just because you are so separate from everybody and you don't have that visceral bit. But I still want to find some people to play Smash Run with locally, just so I can test it out and play it, because I know you get better stuff the more people you actually play with rather than just computers.
It's true, and I mean, I've logged a lot of time into Smash Run at various shows, and I can say it's fun, and I was looking forward to playing with people, and when I found out that it wouldn't be online today, I was actually really disappointed because, how many of us really have a lot of people that we get together and play 3DS games with locally all the time? I mean, mostly when you get together with friends, it's to play console games.
Yeah.
It's not so you can all play 3DS in the same room. So, this may be a reason to start doing that more, but overall, I just don't think Smash Run is going to get the love it necessarily deserves because it's not supported online.
Alright guys, well I think that about covers it for our discussion of Smash Brothers for this week, so thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video, be sure to like us on Facebook and Twitter at GameXplain, and of course stay tuned to GameXplain for more on Smash and other things gaming too. Until next time guys, bye.